بالميامين هداتي من بني هاشم بخاتم النبيين أخي الوحي أبي.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum and welcome our viewers to the series of The Great Trust. There is a saying of Imam Ali alayhi salam that goes like this: there is nothing more beloved to Allah than a youth who turns towards Him. And combining this with the hadith that we learned from our alima last week, that approach your youth because they are quick at returning towards good. This is a very special quality that our children possess. And this quality should be used by the parents to bring their children towards Allah. And what best when they are at this young age where they are accepting and they are tender-hearted. Last week we discussed this new Eid in the life of our child, which should be given more importance than anything else, even more importance than their birthdays or wedding days. And that Eid is a celebration of the bulugh, the age of reaching maturity. We will welcome our Alima Razia Batul Najafi to the studio. Assalamu alaikum, dear Alima.
Assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
As I just briefed to our viewers that last week we got very less time. Briefly we spoke about this Eid of celebrating the age of maturity for children, and we didn't do a lot of discussion on that. So today, if we can speak a little more on this nice topic, which is very interesting for our children, because when they are in this age of 7, 8, they're always wanting to celebrate something. They're waiting for their birthdays, and they want to have a lot of celebrations. So it's one of the nice ways of attracting children towards the religion of Islam.
Exactly. Yeah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. As we have mentioned before, that we all know that after we become baligh, our action, our niyyah will change, and we do niyyat of wajib. If parents knows that what is the big opportunity and great honor which Allah is giving by accepting our a'mal as a wajib. So as you remember, we were discussing about the differences between wajib and mustahab. Right. Mustahab means Allah is saying that if you want to do it. If you don't want, you don't do it. Yeah, you are free. You have this big choice. Yeah. But wajib means Allah is asking something from me. Allah is saying, Razia, do this, and He's asking, like he wants to deal with me, like He wants to buy my deeds, and the angels are there to write exactly whatever I'm doing, and He's keep watching on my a'mal. Yeah. So how big honor and respect it is for me, as a mankind. As a very, very, very weak, Allah's slave and one of Allah's creation. So wajib, the sawab of wajib is that much that because of that, Allah is saying the whole Jannah, that eternal, not that endless life Allah is giving to me. Just because of this wajib that I'm doing, yeah. But for mustahab, Allah is saying, okay, because the house which we do at home, this is mustahab, this is not wajib, like washing the dishes, serving or cooking the food. So Allah is saying, okay, if you cook the food, what wajib? Our Imam is saying that Allah will give you the special food, in Jannat, and Allah says that because you used to cook the delicious foods for your family in dunya, now this is the food for you. This is some special rewards for you. The only that much reward. That is nothing compared to wajib one. Wajib one is بغير حساب. Unlimited. So we don't know. What kind of wisdom behind it. Like how should I understand our parents that we can give this example that some doses, some medicine, if that is very, very, very necessary, like education, for example, it's wajib. like basic education. So you don't listen to your children or don't listen to your society. No, any excuse in your life. You said no, my child should go to school. You know, I can't
There's
compromise.
no choice,
No choice at all, because this is wajib. I can't, have an illiterate son or daughter in my house. It's not, acceptable at all. So it is wajib to study at least the like O levels or A levels, whatever in that level. So you force your child to go to school, and you said you don't know the benefit. That is the foundation of your life in this world.
Even
you
if the
can't
child
do.
is not willing to, but you force them. You tell
because
them
this is-
you will learn about it later.
Yeah,
when you
later.
grow up,
Later you will
right?
know. This is wajib. I can't
You have to
compromise.
do
You
it,
have to do it.
Even if the child is crying or if it's
Yeah.
sick, they have to wake him in the morning.
And how
then-
the mothers are so soft-hearted, and they are very emotional, but about this issue they are not. Why? Because they know the importance of this education. Without having O levels, they can't do anything. And they can't do later on this kind of education which we can take in this age. So we have only one life. And the one life which we have in this world, we can't compromise it with any other thing. So this is the wajib. Allah is saying you have to do it. So now I want to tell you, because the day of maturity, it's the beginning of our soul's life. Which is the eternal life. Our soul and our ruh will remain forever. This is abadi, daimi. So that suffer, that traveling, that beginning and that start is we can say it's a new life, beautiful life. So I love to tell you a beautiful story of the best father, the best son of their own time. And the father's name is Said bin Tawus. And I'm telling you in very easy way and very beautiful way, I'm sure so many, youngsters are watching, inshallah, our programs. And the young mothers, they want to narrate, inshallah, this story to their, children, especially 7 to 14. Because why I'm telling this story? Because this beautiful father and son, this father, he is Said bin Tawus. He is the founder of this great event, which is the Jashn-e-Bulugh. Okay. Once he said, he called his son and he gave 2 things as a gift to him. And the son was so, astonished by watching these 2 things. One was money, and another one was pen. So the son asked the father that, why you are giving me these 2 things? So father says, because I'm worried because I'm thinking about your future, about your, the age when you will turn to inshallah 15, when you will become baligh. So maybe I'm alive or maybe I'm not. So because that day is so important in your life, if I'm alive, I will celebrate it more than, the wedding day and other ordinary, birthdays, definitely. But if I'm not alive, I'm giving you this money. You have to give it in the way of Allah, as a sadaqah, because sadaqah we should give when Allah will give us any ni'mat, any blessing, any bounty for thanks to Allah. Like how Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Allah said, Inna a'tainaka al-kawthar fasalli li rabbika wanhar. Because I have given you kawthar, so go, do sajda, namaz, and do something in the way of Allah. So look how great father he is. I wish, inshallah, we all have this kind of parents and this kind of very spiritual father who's thinking about his son's future, the very definite future. So then the son is asking that, why you are giving me pen? So he's saying this pen, inshallah, will remind you about that 2 angels. The angels are always with us, but after we turn towards this day of maturity, then they are writing everything. They have to write, which we call it, that one is in our right hand hand and other is in our left,
side.
yeah, and they're writing our deeds. And this pen will remind you, inshallah, the angels will use it in to write your plus points, write your good deeds, right? Give you the bonus points, inshallah. Not they use it in the negative way. So how beautifully he's giving this example, and he's giving that much importance to this day, and then this event has been established in our Islamic culture.
It's a very good beginning actually for children who are turning baligh or near the age of maturity. Maybe their parents can tell them the story or give them the importance. It is important to celebrate it by means of giving sadaqah in the way of Allah, and then making you aware that those angels are always there, present, who are watching your each and every action and noting down everything that you do.
And Zahra, even mashallah, we have some, as you also know, there's a very beautiful about this Jashm Bulugh. One of our friends has been published it, Sukaina Hemraj, and they are their website, kidsislam.com. They can go, and they have done so many beautiful work about kids and children. And in this book, they have said everything very beautifully, that how angels are coming and writing the a'mal, and they have done for girls. One point I want to mention, sometimes the girls, they come to their parents and they say, why we are becoming sooner baligh compared to our brothers. But if we know the importance of this day, then we will be proud about that Allah is calling us. Allah is calling us sooner than my brother. My brother can do whatever he wants, nobody cares. Angels are not watching constantly to him, and nobody is noticing his action, but I'm the heroine, so that's why everybody is looking at me, especially heavenly angels. So special attentions Allah is giving to me, so I'm so lucky. So it's so beautiful book, and they in this book they have done the illustration and everything according to one the angels are talking to one girl who is turning towards in this blue day. And other thing which is very common in some Islamic culture, which I want to say, how we should celebrate this day.
Alima, sorry for the interruption, but we have a break coming up here, and yes, our viewers, do stay in tune. We'll get back to you. Thank you very much. Welcome back, our viewers, and we were on the topic of celebrating the Eid of turning baligh. Alima, we have this confusion sometimes when the girls or boys are turning baligh. What is the right way of calculating the age of turning baligh, or the age of turning mature?
Yeah, as we know that Islamically, the girl should complete her lunar years, Qamari day years, 9 years complete, and when she will turn to 10, that time she will become baligh.
The start of the 10th Islamic year.
Yes, Islamic calendar, And for boys, it's when they will complete their 15 years, or other some signs which they know, and they have to know about their own laws and some rules which they have.
Okay, coming to the celebration or the Jashan of this Bulugh, what is ideal? What should be done when they are celebrating? It won't be like any other common birthday party or anything. What just the special significance?
Yeah, alhamdulillah, I have seen so many, and I have established in some cities this Jashan Bulugh. And as Sayyid bin Tawuz has, mashallah, left this beautiful event for us. So what we do usually, because as we do the birthday celebration, but even I want to talk about the birthdays, that we can do it, but if we give somehow the spiritual color to it, the spiritual
touch to it,
Islamic touch to it, and that is the most important thing. So we can invite the friends of our child, especially Muslim friends, and in some countries even they do in the schools, like because the school is Islamic school, so all of them, for example, if they are in class 5 or class 4, and they are they're near their this bulugh day, so they all, especially in girls, we can see more because they wear beautiful like a chadar and somehow crown they put on their head, because they are entering the Allah's code, so we want to make them as a princess, beautiful, and whatever color they like. Even for boys we can do it like the prayer mat, and the Quran for some kind of if you need like we say rahal and this stuff, whatever color they like, you can paint it, you can put it, so the matching it can match with their chadar, with their dress, and with their prayer mat and everything, and we can give them somehow all spiritual gift, like as I said, pen, Quran, dua, mafati, and so many things are there, and we can do like I advise my students to decorate their room like spiritually, like spiritual room, like how like one corner for Imam Zaman corner, like each Friday, and dua for mirror, like how we say Allahumma hassin khulqi kama hassanta khalqi, and so many things, duas for cupboard we can put, so many things are there, so many things, and very nicely we can put, not just roughly and just we are writing on one paper and putting on it. No, I'm very sensitive about Islamic like teaching and this religious training. In that we should use all our like skills and creativity and arts, so and after this big celebration, the girl or the boy, he himself can give one speech. And if you have some friends who are good in writing poems, so we can ask them to write some poems about this beautiful day, like how we say this is the beginning of our soul's life towards Allah, and angels are welcoming us, and so many just and celebration are going on heavens. We can't see it, we can't feel it because we are very away from them because of our sins and because we are very into our material life. So the girl can give beautifully one speech, like for example, I'm giving just example, like salam to all my friends and beautiful blooms who are starting making preparation towards journey towards heaven, and then he can thanks to Allah Allah has given this opportunity. Allah has give birth in this family, the family who has brought up the way she or he can know that today is the Jashn Bulu. We have so many generation, even they didn't know that when they become Baligh.
So just appreciate their family and their background.
Yes, and they should say thanks to parents, because the parents were the best tool and guidance, and then the first thing then after thanks to Allah and his parents, she can say that Alhamdulillah, I know to whom I'm doing taqleed, and I have the copy of rulings of the mujtahid, to whom I'm following. That is very important because now she has to follow,
right.
and I have to change my niyyah towards like wajibat, and I like then whatever they want to say, but they can say that I know, and she can show the pen, because by this speech even she is preaching, she is introducing the Jashn Bulugh to others, because it's very new in your city, in your area, so she can say that I have got this pen from my parents, and it reminds me to take care about the best friends which are my angels, and to build more strong relationship with them, because we have done that, the angels and the Quran and the du'as and the namaz, those are the true
real
friends,
friends, right?
which will remain forever for us, and which will make our status high and high and high, inshallah, and so many other things. And then she can say that, alhamdulillah, look, Allah is asking me something to do. Like even she can talk about her namaz and even our fasting, that this year
So
I
now
have
I
to
have to
fast,
start.
my fasting properly whole day, and look how how important I have become now, because
In the eyes of Allah, they can
Yes.
have an oath maybe to say that, oh Allah, from now onwards I'm going to be obedient to you,
Inshallah,
and I'll do this and
inshallah,
that and this, and
yeah,
stay away from
yes,
the
yes, so many
evil and-
things. Mashallah, our viewers, they can think more and add more, mashallah, according to their information.
Yeah, this is an amazing description of one of the important Eids in the life of our child, and for our parents, it's another opportunity to celebrate their child's happiness, and for the children, it's like an exciting thing. As I told you, children are always wanting to celebrate something. They want to
Yes,
call their
yes.
friends over, or they
Yes,
want to dress
yes.
up or have a party or something. So,
Yes.
one of
And
the best ways.
Yeah, because we are doing it after 7 to 14, so it's so important, because we are giving the importance of religious training and in order to Allah, and then they get to know that how beautiful things we have to learn in this age. And now this again, a big change in our life, it has come, and we have to start our spiritual life.
It shows that
from-
Islam is not only a dull religion, just tells you to pray or fast, but it has all the enjoyment and makes sure that
Definitely.
everybody is
Exact-
happy about what they do.
Of course.
Dear Alima, last question before we wind up our today's session. As I remember from our previous talks, that from the ages of 0 to 7, the parents don't have a particular, they don't have to have set a particular time for disciplining the children. They can do it while they're playing or while they're in a happy mood. But when they reach the age of 7 to 14, where there is supposed to be more structure, more discipline while imparting to them, should they set a time or anything? Like, should there be something every day? Because now they're turning baligh, but they have to know the rules and the masalas, the right and the wrong. Should they be like set, for example, in a day how many hours, or in a week how many hours?
Yes, Sarah, of course. As they have started their school, so they have proper timetable, and even in school, how much homework and responsibilities they have to do it. Everything is according to timetable, so they are used to. This is not and mashallah, our viewers, they know they are so intelligent and mashallah very smart. They know that there is no any big jump just from 0 to 7 to 7 to 14. No, everything is very gradually, like after 6, slowly we are starting to give them somehow teaching and a bit more particular about their teaching, and then from 7 slowly we are teaching them. And as they go to school and they come back, like we can keep some tutors for them, as we have, because if the parents, they don't have the good will or good techniques of teaching and knowledge or information, so they can have every day for half an hour the good, very very practicing and good akhlaq and very good teacher for their children. Otherwise, if they know themselves, then they can have a special time with their children. And the mostly, again, we have said that by their actions they can do it. They can teach it. Like at home, by while they're watching somehow programs, they can just connect it with Allah by after their
Games,
namaz.
right?
Games, even definitely games are there still. We are not saying just stop all games and fun. And by even after namaz, as we have done before, 0 to 7, that the du'as, daily du'as, and if you want to teach them ahkam as they go to madrasa, if you don't have madrasa, you have the tutor, special tutor, or yourself you are teaching. So everything definitely should be, because Imam Jafar Sadiq alayhi salam's one hadith is so surprising. It's very very somehow fearful, because our Imam, they are very rauf, they are very kind, but sometimes they show sensitivity towards towards some issues, so it makes us alert, that why the same Imam who never talks like in this, way, in this accent, why he's talking in this accent. Because we have one hadith from Imam Jafar Sadiq al-Islam, he's saying that if I see any young Muslim that he doesn't know the halal and haram and about Allah, he's very away from religious information and the muhabbat of deen, then I'm ready to hit on his head the stripes, the taziana. So why head? Because again, to show the ta'keed, the emphasize that head is the most respectful part of our body. So even to parents, Islam says even if you want to sometimes hit your parents, never ever hit on their head. Just you can hit on their hands, sometimes on their back a bit, if some really once a year. So but head is so much respect. Here this is the way of saying, like the way Imam wants to give this expression to us, the importance of the issue, that this issue is so important to give, to teach them about from which things Allah becomes happy and which things Allah's make forbidden for us, and Allah's become anger. So if I don't know the halal and haram, that means I'm like animals. I'm like a very completely ignorant person. Yeah. So that much low I am. So this halal and haram, what does it mean? Again, just it doesn't mean that this is haram, this is haram. No. Tell them with love, with respect, with knowing a bit behind it, that even we don't know complete wisdom behind it, but as much as we know, we should share with our kids, with our children. And definitely, as hadith says, and mashallah you have said in beginning of the our session, that they are asra ila kulli khair. Look at the Prophet, look at the Ahlul Bayt, that how much positively they are introducing our youth, that they are so good, they want to go towards deen, they like it, they want to listen because it is near to their fitrah. So but the way we are, how we are teaching to them.
Yes. To them, right? Yes, because they are ready to accept anything good, because they are goodness, their origin is some goodness, and if we take them towards Allah, which is the absolute goodness, they will be attracted to Allah automatically.
Exactly. Why not? And it doesn't mean after just Jashn Bulugh, just we should left everything and nothing is there. That means as a mother, I'm not I'm not enjoying the religion. I couldn't understand the religion. I'm not practicing it. I'm not taking the pleasure. I'm not showing my child in my practical day. So then how I have this expectation just by madrasa or by some teachers. Many times I have said to my viewers that 100 or 1,000 teachers can't do the job which one mother can do. We are so much, we can give so much effect, and we have so much power to change our children because of the home environment. So just information, just teaching, just class is not that much important. That information should be there, but with that pleasure and love and that affections and that all things which children are watching and seeing in their environment, home environment. And as I have said, that I can see myself especially in my father's life, that how much he can enjoy with his Allah, and so many times so many troubles comes and he is so firm and he has so much rely on Allah, and he says, I'm dealing with my Allah, I want to do this and I want this kind of reply from my Allah, and he gets that reply, and we are watching. So that's why we are enjoying, and we like to continue his mission and his lifestyle too.
Right. Well, thank you very much, Alima, for your very beautiful and impactful words. And our viewers, I'm sure you enjoyed today's sessions, and we will see you next week, and and give this time to digest all that we took in today. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.